inquest over the whereabouts of the $300 million deposit by the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation into the Polaris Bank continues. The acting managing director, Nnpc, has insisted that it has paid everything back to the Nnpc. The House Ad Hoc Committee on Looted Funds is insisting on proof of payments, as Nnpc says the said payment has not reflected on their balance sheets. Expected at today's hearing were Polaris Bank, Nexim, and the Accountant General of the Federation to address allegations of holding back funds in their custody. The chairman of the committee, Adejuru Adeogun, emphasized the mandate of the committee to look into allegations of infractions, if any, and to report such back to the House.
Okay. This committee has decided as follows. One, that Polaris Bank will present evidence that the fund has been totally repaid to Nnpc, and then we would like to have confirmation from Nnpc and from CBN, and then we'll give you 5 working days to get it across to the committee. I think secondly, we're going to invite Nnpc as well, because there are questions for Nnpc to answer. First, especially as per the management of this fund, could you have deliberately left almost $300 million in an account and left it unmanaged for this number of years? So we need to invite them there. So I so ruled that the Nnpc is being invited by the Secretariat, and that the bank is given 1 week to give us evidence that they've made the payment.
While giving his submission on the issue, the acting general manager of Polaris Bank, Nnpc, stated clearly that the bank has paid the last sum of $32 million to Nnpc, but channeled it through the Central Bank of Nigeria.
But every responsible bank makes the point of duty to ensure that it honors its deposit obligations. 1. 2, the federal government deposits, including both private sector and federal government deposits. I would not agree, sir, that the banks are careless when it comes to federal government deposits. The truth is that once the bank is unable to meet its obligations, it affects both private sector and government deposits. However, it would now depend on the amount of deposits the customer has. Retail customers would, of course, easily be able to, and banks can easily be able to pay them 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. But when the funds are huge, it becomes more difficult for a bank in distress to deal with. And like I said, the regulator was aware of the challenges Skybank at that point in time, or the Skybank was meeting depositors' obligations, which was why, part of the reasons why the regulator intervened.
The committee was, however, not satisfied with the submission. They wanted further proof, as they took turns to grill the MD, wanting to know how and when the fund got to the bank in the first place.
Build something on nothing. The foundation to be laid here is whether Nnpc was operating that account before this, because if you are not operating an account, how would this chunk of money just enter such an account? I'm taking you up on this because you have just told us and trying to defend Nnpc that the money just came for you to transact business. And I'm sorry, it's something you weren't aware of, and then you are defending. That's why I'm taking you up on that. That's number 1 question, sir. And I'm glad you have said you are still coming back to give us answer to that. Mr. Chairman, we need to know with certainty if this account was under operational before, that is prior to this deposit. Otherwise, we assume that it was a sludge fund deposited into that bank's account.
All efforts by the committee to establish infractions by Polaris Bank on the deposited funds were countered by the acting managing director, prompting the committee to request for documents for all transactions from 2012 to date. The committee, however, adjourned Tuesday for further hearing. Nnpc Patrick, Call TV News, Abuja.